Right, hello there, Internet. It's been a little while, but we are back with a getting to know interview today with none other than Joey Boys. How you doing, Joey?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you, Lee.
Joey, will you tell the Internet, where are we right now?
We are currently in the middle of the ocean on our way back to Miami after an 8-day cruise on the Celebration.
And how long have you been the cruise director on the Celebration?
8 days.
This is the first cruise. How's it felt?
It has been insane. It's a very big ship. The guests have been amazing. The music, entertainment, food, epic. And it's been made a lot easier having you here to tell me these shortcuts.
Oh, you are so welcome. Now, Joe, the purpose of these interviews is to introduce you to folk on the internet that might have not met you.
Okay.
So let's go way back. Simple questions. First of all, where are you from?
I'm from the north of England, Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. Anything famous from Yorkshire? What could we relate to Yorkshire?
Yorkshire tea, very famous. Everyone should drink Yorkshire tea. From where I'm from in particular is where Captain Cook is from, in Middlesbrough, which is a very famous explorer. And there's probably a lot more things that I am forgetting. Amy Johnson, a big aviation pioneer.
Little dog.
Yes. And yeah, I don't know.
The Yorkshire Terrier.
Yes, of course.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Joey, you're from Yorkshire, from the UK. How long have you been working on cruise ships?
I've been on cruise ships since 2017.
That's quite a bit.
8 years, something like that.
That's quite a bit. What was your first job on board?
I was part of the fun squad. Mm-hmm. Came on board, red t-shirt, red sneakers. Never been on a cruise ship before. Never been to America before. It was insane.
That's pretty cool. So you worked your way up through the fun squad, various roles, most notably brilliant comedy club host.
I do. I have a very special place in my heart for the Punchline Comedy Club. Yeah, I spent from my first contract, got put in the comedy club, loved it, stuck around in there for a while.
Your first ship was the
Carnival Liberty.
What did you think when you turned up at the Liberty?
I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was cutting edge. I thought it was brand new. I thought it was massive. And I think we have more crew on this ship now than we had, like, almost guests on there. It was insane.
And of all of the ports that you visited over the course of your career, which handful are you fond of? Give a shout out to some of your favourite ports.
I would say anywhere where I can have a game of golf is a big win for me. So Puerto Vallarta, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. on the Carnival Panorama was always a good one. Aruba, some nice courses in Aruba. Curacao, I've played in St. Thomas. That was amazing. Yeah, so golf is, if I can play golf, I'm a happy boy.
Ah, there you go. If you love golf, you can strike up a conversation with this man. Now, let's get to know Joey Boys a little bit better. Favourite food, Joey?
Favourite food, chicken wings.
Least favourite food?
Fish.
Oh, really?
Fish and mushrooms. Can't do it. Never have.
I hate mushrooms too.
Can't do it.
I knew there was a reason why we got along. If you could only drink one beverage for the rest of your life?
Beer. It's just got to be beer. Beer in any situation is the perfect beer for me. After a hard day's work, after a game of golf, watching football, any beer is a perfect beer. In the morning at the airport, before you fly, perfect beer.
You are playing into the English stereotype.
That is correct.
Perfectly. Okay, so you were promoted to cruise director, and your first ship was?
The Panorama.
Panorama. How did you feel that day when you stepped on as cruise director?
Like a fraud. Like I was. It's weird because you don't, until you do it, you don't really know what it entails. And yeah, it was terrifying. It was during coming to the back. We were still in masks after the pandemic, so it was a bit of a weird one. But yeah, it was incredible. I still felt like I was a fun squad, just dressing up really as a cruise director. It was weird.
Yeah. And now look at you on one of the newest, biggest ships in the fleet, taking the helm. That's a buzz. That's a thrill.
It is. And I felt very similar when I stepped foot on this one. But no, it's been amazing. And the team's been incredible. Like, you know, this senior officer team on here is very, very welcoming. And that makes you feel a lot more at home. Fun squad's incredible. There's a lot of them. It's like double the fun squad that I've ever had. But yeah, lots of talent. So we're good.
Now, talking of talent, I heard a rumour that you have a comedy show.
I do. I've been working on my comedy show since the first time I stepped foot in a Punchline comedy club. I've had some amazing comedians that have worked on the ships over the years that have helped me out. Some very inspirational people that have helped me write some jokes. And being an Englishman, as I'm sure you can attest, there are certain situations that we can get ourselves in that lend themselves to telling good stories.
Perfectly put, perfectly put. There are some cultural differences.
Very much so.
If you're not prepared for them. Here we go. If there was a song that you listen to that gets you like pumped up and ready for a deck party on a Carnival ship, what is your like hype song? What are you listening to?
I think I'm a big sports guy, so any sort of like ring entrance music for boxers or anything like that that kind of hypes you up. Dropkick Murphys are a big one for me. I also like to listen to Queen, any Queen. I do like Don't Stop Me Now is my last go-to before I leave to head up to Lido.
There we go. Don't stop him now. Favourite movie, Joey? What do you like to watch?
Favourite movie, I would say either Step Brothers or Pulp Fiction. They're my two go-tos.
Contrast. Great movies, though. Great choice. Great choice. Now, coming back to your time on ships, everybody has got stories and those like memorable, iconic moments. But do you have one that you could share with the people of the internet to give them a little look into like who is Joey Boys? What's a moment that you will carry with you for the rest of your life, never mind career?
I mean, there's so many. We're very blessed that we get in situations where we can spend time with people on vacation. We've had one this cruise, actually. We did Love and Marriage on the first day of the cruise, and there was an amazing couple, Jimmy and Sue, married 48 years, and they were absolutely hilarious. And then we had a couple that have been married 6 days. And at the end of the show, we had a little photograph and stuff like that. And then I've found out yesterday, which is a few days in on the cruise, that the two couples actually went up to the open deck after the show and sat for 3 hours, just Jimmy and Sue giving advice to the newlyweds. And I got the story from both couples separately, and the way that the young couple described their experience, how inspirational they were, the older couple, and Sue and Jim telling them all this advice, and then how Jim and Sue got to reflect on their relationship by talking to these two young, freshly newlyweds. It was pretty special, and Jim and Sue have been with the whole family this cruise, and it's been a special one for them. So yeah, that's definitely the most recent for sure.
I love that. Okay, what are your not to be missed events? If someone said to you, Joey, I want to see you at your best, what event or show do I have to see that you're going to host?
Well, my favourite ones are the ones where they're a little bit unpredictable. So we all love Love and Marriage. Getting back into the Family Feud chair has been very enjoyable. My last couple of ships has not had it, so we're back in the Family Feud, which I love. And I really, really, really enjoy What Sage Got to Do With It, which is elements of both those shows with unknown answers and lots of ad-libbing, but it's with the kids, and the kids sometimes come out with absolute pearlers.
Yeah, they are spontaneous and incredible. Now, you mentioned some of your other ships. Do you want to tell us about your most recent and very notable appointment?
Yes, my last ship was on the Carnival Firenze, Italian fun ships, and I was there as the inaugural cruise director, which was a great honour, over in Long Beach. Long Beach has got a very special place in my heart, as I know it does for you. My first cruise as a cruise director on the Panorama was out at Long Beach, and then to go back and do an inaugural cruise on the Firenze was very special. So I love that LA crowd.
Yeah, and talking of special ports and ships, I often think it's the people that really help make our contracts. So of all of the people that you've ever met on a Carnival ship, is there anyone that stands out as someone that's going to stay with you maybe for the rest of your life?
Quite literally stay with me for the rest of my life. Yes, I was lucky enough to, which is great, by the way. It's great that I will be staying with this person for the rest of my life. I was lucky enough, again, as were you, to meet my future wife on board the Carnival Horizon when I was a fun squad in 2018, and she was a fun squad. And then we have been together ever since. Oceans apart, but when it's right, and you make it work.
Yeah, And I think that's something that we really share in common, that concept of distance and having a life and being on board. It's not easy, is it?
No, I mean, it helps for me because she is also a cruise director. So we, especially now, for the first time in a long time, we had a couple of days this cruise where we were both doing these same things on the same days, which was nice. So for me and her, it's easy to relate to what each other are going through, whether it's that you're just mad busy and you can't get to the phone, or that it's a bit of a stressful day, or you're absolutely wiped out of energy. It helps that we're both in the same place. So, yeah, I would say that's a massive positive.
Now, Joe, I've got to say, in watching you work this week, one of my biggest surprises is how you light up interacting with the kids. Like, you, on a surface level, look like you could be a character from Lock, Stock or some sort of British gangster movie. And then you throw a 4-year-old in front of you and you just, like, melt.
I think I've recently, in the last 5 years, become a uncle. So I think the uncle side of me has definitely come out more with the kids. And I don't know, I think back to when I went on a holiday as a kid. I remember going to like holiday parks in France and stuff like that. And I remember really getting attached and looking up to the entertainment team and the hosts and the activities team and stuff like that. So I think it's, you never know what you're impacting where and who. Maybe down the line, 10, 15 years time, they might go into entertainment because of an interaction that they had with us on here. So yeah, I have softened up in my old age for sure. It's something that my nieces and nephews have definitely brought out of me.
I think it's a real surprise and so endearing. Looking at our interview time, we're currently sat at a 12-minute interview that should have been 5.
Yep.
So as we start to wrap things up, Joey, how long are you going to be on the celebration for?
I will be here until July the 7th. Then I will take 2 days to get to New York, and then it is the Carnival Venezia.
And you've been there before?
I have. Out in New York, love it. Great crowd out in New York, beautiful cruises. So looking forward to getting back over there.
How long will you be on Venezia?
I will be there until September 3rd, I think, and then it's wedding time.
Wedding time, so you get a bit of a break.
Yeah.
If you had to give our guests one piece of advice on making sure they have the best vacation ever, other than see it all and do it all, what would you recommend?
I would say, remember you're on vacation. Don't let worries of what other people might think or the way that people might interact around the ship bother you. One of my favourite things is when someone will come to me and say, my husband's been dancing, I've never seen him dance, I can't believe he got up and danced with you all. That's the way vacation should be. So throw your inhibitions to the wind, be open to everything. We can put the fun in front of you, but it's up to you to run with it. And I would recommend running.
I love that. Joe, in closing, where can we find you on the internet? Are you on Facebook, Instagram?
Yes, both of them. Joey Boys. Boys is Boyes. Spelled, unfortunately, the easiest way to remember it is B-O, yes. But I do shower regularly.
Yes.
I do shower regularly. So yeah.
Joey, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for everything you've done for me this week.
I have got the utmost respect and admiration for everything that you do. For anyone that's watching this, planning a cruise, you've clicked on this video because you're thinking, who is going to be our cruise director? It's this amazing man in front of you, and you're going to have the time of your life. Joey, thank you.
My pleasure.